Hi, movers and groovers. This is the boss man, your daddy-o of the radio, your platter-pushing papa, Porky Chedwick.
We think of him as the man who played the hits, not the man who registered hits in the sports arena. He never played for the Penguins, for example, but come to think of it, he did play Earth Angel by a musical group known as the Penguins. Porky Chedwick, that trailblazing DJ who recently died at the age of 96, had his moments in the sports spotlight. That's right, the boss man, the daddy-o of the radio, the platter-pushing papa, Pork the Torque, had a life outside those dusty discs and moldy oldies. For one thing, he sponsored youth baseball and basketball teams in the Mon Valley. And back in the early 80s, he appeared on a celebrity softball team against showman Eddie Feiner of the King and his Court. A charity game was played in Homestead, Porky's hometown. Proceeds went to a food bank set up by Ron Wiesen and United Steelworkers Local 1397. And frankly, the money was sorely needed because the bottom had fallen out of the domestic steel industry. Mammoth mills like the Homestead Works, now a shopping and entertainment center, were disappearing from the industrial landscape. Porky stepped up to the plate, literally. He was wearing handcrafted purple leather Italian loafers in the batter's box at Westfield, and he struck out. But no matter. Porky did his part and didn't care if he got any publicity for it. Steelworkers and their offspring were a huge part of the audience that listened to Porky's show on a radio station in Homestead that became known as WAMO. Porky and Wammo's music were a portal between the black and white worlds.
Last November at the Groove Spectacular, you saw one of the top groups that are featured daily on my show. I wore this record out playing your requests for Don't Ask Me by the Dubs. Ask me for the world, it doesn't seem right.
Back when baby boomers were kids, the Hippest music was played on powerful AM stations from WLS in Chicago to WABC in New York by personalities like Dick Biondi, Cousin Brucey, Murray the K, Moondog, and Wolfman Jack. Well, we had pioneer Porky Chedwick, who used to say things like, "I'm gonna put more uranium in your cranium," or "My name's not Mary, but Porky's sounds are really hairy." Not only did he play songs by Bo Diddley and Smokey Robinson before they were famous, Porky got his groove on to Robert and Johnny, Clarence Frogman Henry, and Earl Speedo Carroll and the Cadillacs.
Some of you may think that this next groove was the coolest of all my dusty discs. Here's Girl of My Dreams by the Clicks.
Girl of my dreams, where are you? Girl of my dreams, I'm so blue.
Porky spun doo-wop and R&B songs like Rama Lama Ding Dong. He introduced us to groups like the Tokens, the Crests, the Clicks, the Dubs, the Edsels, the Coasters, the Drifters, and the Spaniels. You can almost hear him still signing off.
Many of you have this next groove in your collection, but it would be impossible to present Porky's greatest dusty disc without including the daddy of them all. We close with the Five Satins doing the immortal I Remember in the Still of the Night.
Go easy, brother. And you have been a beautiful audience.